We've got 8 questions that everybody asks Solterra. Sue's going to check in and show us all about that. And then Garrett's got an announcement regarding his lumberjack band. Hey, it's Birdman for the Arizona White Mountain Podcast, Community Shout, hanging out here in the studio. We've got decent weather now, so we're moving into fun times and planning for hopefully a summer that's not devoid of events. Cross your fingers. Anyway, so this morning we're going to kick it off, starting with Sue from Solterra. How are you?
Good.
That's
Thanks.
good. So I heard you were recently down in the valley at a place called Santan Flat.
It was like the Lion's Den, the yard on steroids.
And they've had
It was
more years to go
awesome.
at it, so just
Yeah,
give Lion's
yeah.
Den some
Oh,
time.
I'm not complaining.
Cool. But no dancing there.
No
and they
dancing.
are not allowed to have dancing there, period. They've never had dancing. Yeah, so we'll
Oh.
talk about that later.
Okay.
Anyways, Solterra, people come up and they always have questions, right?
Yes. I get family, friends, and prospects that call me in and ask me the same questions over and over. And I thought if I can get the information out there, it might help, a little bit more, because it's nobody wrote a book on this. What do you do when you get old?
Cool. So let's run down the top 8.
Okay, top 8. Number 1 is, what is the difference between memory care, independent, and assisted living? So assisted living is when you need help with your ADLs, and that's activities of daily living, like bathing, dressing, grooming, walking, communicating, all of those types of things. And our state certified caregivers are the ones that actually take care of those non-medical services for our residents. Independent folks don't need any help with those, but they might be lonely at home, the spouse is gone, they're in this big house that they really can't take care of anymore, and they benefit from the socialization. We can do their housekeeping, we can do their laundry, they can eat in our dining room. The people that benefit from our memory care, they really need help with all of those activities of daily living and even more. Sometimes they wander, they have behavioral issues, and we have trained staff to take care of those folks.
Awesome.
So the big question is, though, when these people call me and say, well, where does my mom or dad need to be? What level of care? So we get a 6-page doctor's statement from their primary care person.
Okay.
And then we have an assessment with our nurse. And between those two, the children don't have to make the decision. Mom, you need memory care. Mom, you need assisted. It's
Right.
done by a professional, and we place them where they need to be to get the most help.
Cool.
Okay, number 2, how much does it cost? Well, for our apartment style independent living, it starts at $18.30 a month. And that includes your utilities, cable, internet, a security cord in the bathroom in case you need help,
Right.
calls our caregivers, and a security and a check-in. Every day they have to push a button so we know that they're okay, because they don't always come down to dining room or whatever. So assisted living is higher, of course. It's going to start at $3,200 for a studio and go up to 36 or so
Okay.
for a 1-bedroom, but that includes all of their meals. We do their housekeeping, their laundry, an emergency pendant, utilities, cable TV, all of that is included. And they get basically treated like a king or queen.
Right.
We're basically, I call it a cruise ship without the ocean. We're a small city, and we take care of these folks that need it.
Very cool.
Care services are added on, and I can explain that at some time if they want to call in.
Okay.
But they're personalized, so not everybody needs much help. Some need more. Memory care includes all services, all of the things I said for assisted living, plus all care, and that starts at around $5,000 a month. So the next question is, how can I afford it?
Right.
Some people can.
Yeah.
Some people have long-term care insurance that they've been paying privately for years. Some have VA benefits, and I always suggest they look at all of these options
Right.
when they, like, what was your spouse or were you in the military? Are you a vet? One of the neatest things that we accept is the Arizona Long-Term Care System, which is a federal Medicaid program. And if you qualify financially and medically, like need assisted living with those help with those ADLs, then you qualify and you pay a portion, like with your Social Security, you pay a portion and the government pays the rest.
Awesome.
So it's something we pay in all our lives when we're working. But anyone can qualify it with those two things if they have low income and they need the physical help.
Very cool.
So we accept that program. Yes, you're going to ask a question?
Nope. You're
Okay.
going through the questions.
Okay. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. So how do I know, number four, how do I know if mom and dad need assisted living?
Okay.
Well, this is 90% of the calls. Mom is losing a lot of weight. She's not able to cook and clean like she used to. The house is kind of falling apart. I don't know if she's remembering to take her medications or not. She's kind of up and down. So those are the main things I hear. And this is the perfect time to call me.
Right.
Let me tell you all about it. But on the other hand, number 5, they also call and say, my mom or dad, they're not safe at home, but they don't want to leave their home. And it kind of relates to number 4, because when you start seeing them slow down,
right,
that's when you need to have the conversation. That's when you need to kind of start homework and talk to them about what the future looks like, because most of us aren't going to get healthier. You know, we're going to need more help eventually.
Right.
So be sensitive to their reasons that they don't want to move. They've lived in a house for 50 years. It's all their stuff. But then talk about the benefits, because the benefits are, guess what? Your daughter has her own kids, her own life, her own job, and adding your caregiving onto that is very, very hard for family members to start taking care of someone who's failing, you know, and needs help. And what if they fall and break their hip on their watch? How bad would you feel? Or they took off and wandered down the street when you were sleeping at night. It's very, very difficult decision for these family members to move their families. So sometimes I also suggest that they bring in a clergyman or their doctor to help make that decision.
Right.
So it's not the kids telling the parents what to do. So a lot of these folks are
kind of like, when is it time, and then how do I get them to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before a life-changing event happens, before they fall and break their hip and go to the hospital and the spouse can't take care of themselves. Sometimes there's one that's more ill than the other, and if one goes to the hospital, the other is lost and not safe at home, and that is not the time to make these decisions. Although we do it all the time. We do it because people do delay it. But that's my job, to help with the transition. So, number 6, what's the process for moving mom or dad into Solterra? That statement from the doctor, the assessment with our nurse, and paperwork. Pick out an apartment.
There you go.
And we move in. It can be done within a couple of weeks. So, or we do it at your, you know, of course, we're not pushy. We do it at their
convenience.
Yeah. What are the COVID precautions? So we follow all of the official state and local rules, CDC and all of that. Only essential workers are allowed in, but our residents are free to come and go.
Right.
If they go to the hospital or rehab, we do put them in a precautionary quarantine, because we don't know what they may have gotten at some of those. You know, they may have caught it somewhere.
Right.
We temperature every day, we mask, we socially distance, and
yeah, you know, it's funny. For 5 years, I've gone to Solterra maybe once, twice, maybe even 3 times a month.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to Solterra in an entire year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get those activities going again. We had so many meetings, and it was like a small community center for Sholo, Lakeside, Pinetop. So
number 7 still?
Number 8. Wait. Okay, I do want to say that we are now, all of our residents have had their second vaccine a week ago.
Good.
So we are opening up our activities, hopefully soon our dining room. So things are starting. I mean, I can't wait. Everyone is so excited to be seeing each other. And
awesome.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So number 8, what is your resident to what they call staff to resident ratio?
Yeah.
Well, in nursing homes, which is a higher level, and hospitals, they really have that. It's a legal number that they have to keep nursing to
Okay.
patients. In assisted living, there is no such rule, but the rule is that you have to have sufficient staff
Right.
to fulfill their needs, their care plan, and keep them safe. So that's really, really it. So it's hard to say, but this explains it. We have about 90 residents
Mm-hmm.
and 45 staff members.
It's pretty good.
So they're not all there at the same time.
Right.
And that includes housekeeping, laundry,
The cooks.
dietary, maintenance, activities, marketing, administration. So we really do have a pretty good, I guess you'd call, ratio
Awesome.
to residents.
Cool.
But that's it. So give me a call if,
For any of the questions
Yeah.
you're not one of those 8, reach
Yeah.
out and
or I'll re-explain it to you again because that's my job
there you go.
and I love it.
Once again, Sue with Solterra, thank you very much for your time
Thank
today.
you.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
And now I've got Mr. Lumberjack. That's right, Garrett.
Just gonna chop some trees later today. First,
Talk a little bit about some bark beetles, stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, make sure you're checking that out, by the way. They had some weather issues with the park over there in Pinetop Lakeside, but they're going to be shutting things down and cutting some trees down and clearing out the bark beetles.
I was aware of that, and you can know that I was aware of it because we made a really cool bark beetle video.
So check out the bark beetle video.
Anyhow, I'm here today to talk about Dustin Starks, who is a local musician, and he's having his first concert March 20th at Snowflake High School Auditorium. And I'm playing bass, and I dress like this at the show.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Maybe, I don't know.
He better be in that shirt. That's all I'm going to say. So,
There we go.
yeah.
So that's basically it. Just a quick promo. It's a month away. Usually we only advertise. Stuff 2
So,
weeks
you
away.
know, there's so many activities going on. You better clear your schedule and get
Right.
ready for that one. But yeah, it's an event. It's a happening. So
So,
go hang out.
$5 at the door, and that's about it. You can check out his music at Dustin Starks Music on anywhere on the web. Just-
Check the link down
yeah,
below.
go on.
I'm sure we're going to put it there.
There
So,
you go. So
cool.
that's it from me. Back to you,
Awesome.
Rob.
Well, thanks, Garrett, for all your help.
Thank you.
Hey, that's going to be it for this week's Community Shout here on the Arizona White Mountain Podcast. I want to remind everybody to be kind to each other. Remember, you still got to wear masks certain places. You still can't dance. We're going to get out of Footloose. I swear it's going to happen, and it's going to happen this year. Keep your fingers crossed. We're going to be getting a lot of announcements about the events and things that are be going on this summer. And, let's not get our hopes up too high, but definitely going to be able to get out there and socialize more. More information coming out from the hospital. You can watch Summit Health Cares to find out about the information regarding vaccinations and things like that. And a reminder to everyone that you're not allowed to use your cell phone while driving anymore. So that's an enforcement issue. I'm Birdman, and as I always say, if I don't see you around town, I'll catch you right here on the web. It's a wrap.